Welcome back. Hello if you're new here. If you're not new here, thanks for joining us again. Thank you to everybody that has subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so you don't miss out on any videos that we're posting. So basically our mission here over on YouTube is to put out information that we feel like we couldn't necessarily find or that we've kind of learnt wasn't very realistic in our journey to basically getting here. So like anything from costs to finding jobs, all of that kind of stuff. Just giving a bit of a realistic view. You know, we don't live like a high-flying fancy lifestyle.
Standard, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds boring. We're not that boring. But yeah, just like an average family, what it costs us to live here, all of that kind of thing. So yeah, today we are going to talk about the hot topic that is our monthly costs. We get asked about this quite a lot, and I feel like there's probably a lot of people that aren't too sure realistically what it does cost. So obviously this is personal to us, but it can give you a bit of an idea of what you can get for your money and what kind of like expenditures you're going to have. So we are obviously, it's just us two and Phoebe, who's 2 years old. We live in a 3 beds plus maid house in Arabian Ranches, and at the end of this video I will do a house tour so that you can get an idea of what we get for our money. So yeah, let's take it away. So starting off, I'm going to start with probably the biggest one, is our rent. So our rent is 155k for the year. So if you are looking at properties, they will advertise the prices for the rent yearly. So don't be alarmed, because I remember when I first started looking, I was like, well, we ain't moving, are we? Because we can't afford that. But yeah, it's advertised yearly. And do they advertise how many checks or not until you speak to them?
Generally, they'll start higher checks, but obviously it can be negotiated.
So I'd say probably normally the price is a bit tougher to negotiate. But what is sometimes negotiable is the amount of checks you're paying. So we got quite a good price for ours, which we pay 155k a year in dirhams, and we pay in 2 checks. So yeah, we have to pay 6 months rent at a time. So that works out about 12.9k dirhams a month. We do put ours away monthly, don't we?
Yeah.
Just to basically pretend in our heads that we pay rent monthly, because otherwise you get slapped with a big bill every 6 months and it's just a bit hard to manage. So yeah, that is probably our number one biggest cost.
Yeah, I suppose following on from that, you have your monthly, energy costs. So there's one bill, which is very easy. So you get what's called a DIY bill, which covers your electricity and water, plus your sewerage charges, and there's like a 5% municipality charge, which is factored into that as well. So we pay that every month, and that comes in at 1,250 dirhams on average.
There or thereabouts.
We don't pay, they're called chiller free, so we don't pay to another company for our air conditioning, but you still pay for the electricity you use. So I'm not sure what it would be if it wasn't chiller free. But yeah, it comes to about 1,000.
Is that because it's a new property, isn't it?
I think it's just EMA.
Oh, EMA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which comes, 1,250 dirhams a month on average. Slightly less in the winter, we're not using aircon, and slightly more in the summer, but that's quite an average.
Yeah.
And then additionally to that, you pay gas separately, but honest to God, it's about a tenner.
50 dirhams a month.
50 dirhams a month, if that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like 20 dirhams a month, which is nothing. But so in terms of your actual bills and energy costs here, it's relatively low.
Yeah, then the next one is our cars. So we pay 2,450 dirhams for our cars a month. We own our cars, so we basically got a loan out from the bank because interest rates here are super low. So we got our family car, which is a JAC, and we got that brand new. And then you've got a Ford EcoSport just for like running about to work and stuff like that. So yeah, that's our cars. Petrol a month, I'd say for both cars, we probably spend about 1,100 dirhams. So yeah, probably fill yours up every week and a half, every other week, and then mine's probably like 1 tank a week. So yeah, it's not too expensive. Really good fuel prices here. And then also in terms of the cars, we get our cars cleaned. That is 100 dirhams per car a month, and that's to get them cleaned 3 times a week. outside a house, which seems excessive, but honestly, as soon as you drive off the drive, the car's covered in dust again. So yeah, really reasonable.
We have our home internet and both of our personal mobiles with Virgin, so you get a discount basically for paying up front for the year, but we've worked this out monthly anyway. So for home internet, we just use a 5G router, and that works out about 175 dirhams a month. The internet itself is fine. We maybe need a booster, but it's good enough for what we use it for.
You don't work from home, do you? So it's not like imperative.
And then just slightly less than that, my phone bill, and each of our phone bills are about 165 dirhams a month, and that's for like I think it's like 600 minutes, like a standard set of data and stuff like that. Again, paid up front, but we just factor it in the cost monthly.
We do. Coming to the end of this, last two costs for us. One of them is food shopping. So our food shopping costs us about 500 dirhams a week-ish, give or take, which is obviously about 2,000 dirhams a month. Now, to get that to quite a decent price, we do have to shop around. We shop in about 3 different supermarkets. Bane of my life, but necessary because otherwise we would just...
When you say we...
Yeah, I do the shopping. Otherwise, it would just be so expensive. So we get... some of our stuff from Spinneys, we go Viva, which is a lot more affordable, and then flip between like Lulu's and Carrefour, just depending on what bits we need. So yeah, that's roughly how much that is for a family of 3. Finally, we have a special guest for the last one because filming around a child isn't that easy, is it?
No.
But the last one is for her.
Yes, so we have a monthly cost of around 3,000 dirhams for Phoebe's nursery. Yes.
You love it, don't you?
She absolutely loves nursery. She goes 3 mornings a week from 8 till 12, which began until 12:30 when she goes back in September. And I feel that's a really good cost for her development. Obviously, she doesn't need to go to nursery, but best money we've spent. And she loves it. She loves her teachers. She loves the her classmates, and she has some really good friends there. And we just love it, and that's just monthly cost.
And we do find when we speak to people in the UK that's pretty in line with what people spend back in the UK.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty reasonable. And that is it.
That's it. If there's any other costs you think we haven't covered, or monthly costs that you incur, maybe for pets and stuff, we don't have information, but if you comment below, we can definitely find it below because we have a lot of friends in different situations, don't we? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Enjoy the house tour.
Yeah. On from our cost of living, we thought we'd do a little house tour. So starting with our drive, we have space for 2 cars on here, which is really good, and a nice big porch area. We have a storage box there, excuse the Amazon parcel. So we live in Arabian Watches 3, and we have a 3 beds plus maid. So as you come into the door here, a nice spacious hallway. Space here behind the door as well. I normally keep one of Phoebe's prams here. Then on the right, we have our downstairs toilet. Pretty standard, but a really nice finish. I always think email properties have the nicest finish, to be honest, having viewed like other properties. Then on the left, we have a cupboard there. I won't open it, it's a bit of a mess, but we just have our washing machine in there, and there's some storage. Then this is what is classed as the maid's room. So I know some people do actually use it as like a single bedroom, or if you have a live-in maid, this is where they'd be, but we just use it as like a kind of playroom storage in here. So yeah, it is quite spacious. Just keeps all of her toys, well most of them, out of the living room. And then this is the bathroom, but again, as you can see, we don't use it, we just use it as storage. But yeah, nice shower, toilet, sink, if you do have a live-in maid or want to use it as a guest bedroom. Then going through to here is the back of our house, which is all open planned. So we have our kitchen here. We just have our dining table here. A lot of people do have it more centralised. Space for a nice big double fridge, freezer. Appliances like the washing machine, fridge, freezer, oven, and the dishwasher didn't come with the house. Just FYI, we had to buy all those. But yeah, quite a decent amount of storage. My only bugbear is that we don't have a lot of kitchen side space. So yeah, but other than that, ample space. A lot of people do moan about storage in these properties, but we just don't really have loads of stuff, so we don't find it too much of a problem. Then moving around to our living space, So yeah, a fairly decent size for us. We're in Ruba, and these plots are slightly bigger than the other clusters, the older ones. So yeah, again, we just have another little space here for Phoebe, and then just our TV and our sofa. And then, yeah, our garden, which for us is like the perfect size. Everything's covered up because it's summer and it's far too hot to sit out there. But yeah, quite a decent size for us. Again, doesn't come with grass or anything like that. We had to lay all of that ourselves, and we'll have to remove it when we leave. Then going upstairs. One thing I do love about these houses is that the ceilings are just like super tall, so it does make it feel really bright and airy. Here we have our landing area, again super spacious. You could probably put more storage up here if you wished, but again, like I said, we don't really need it. Then on the left here we have Phoebe's room. This is probably, I'd say the second two bedrooms are the same size. This one doesn't have a balcony, but really decent size for a kid's bedroom. Like, you could easily get a double bed in here. And then all of the bedrooms, which is super handy, come with really good built-in wardrobes. So again, for us, loads of space. Phoebe obviously doesn't need the end wardrobe, so we just have that storage. Keep all our suitcases and stuff in there. But yeah, nice like ceiling to floor windows, again, keeping it really airy in here. We have our guest bedroom. Excuse the mess, I'm getting ready to pack all of our stuff to go back to the UK. But yeah, again, we just kind of use this here as a spare bedroom. Joe has a desk there where he can sit and do all his music stuff when we're gone in the summer. Again, really nice windows, just like ceiling to floor, keeping it really like light and just so much natural light coming in. Again, as I said, lots of space, so built-in wardrobes there. Joe keeps all of his stuff in there. And then this one does actually have a balcony. We don't really use our balconies, to be honest, but yeah, again, they're really decent sizes if you did want to use them. Main bathroom. So really nice space, really nice finish. Nice bath. Shower as well. Yeah, just really nice finish, really. Really nice colour, nice and neutral, which I love. And then finally is our main bedroom. So this is obviously mine and Joe's bedroom. This is really big. We've got like a super king bed and quite chunky side tables. And yeah, still a really nice amount of space. Nice big windows and doors again. And again, we do have a balcony, but we haven't actually ever used it. To be honest, it's just empty. But yeah, really nice size. Then this is probably the biggest wardrobe, so I do have my stuff in here. Yeah, like this is like all hanging stuff, and then there's like shelves and drawers in those ones. And then our ensuite, again, is a really nice size, all really nice finish. Storage under the sink, which is absolutely key, the amount of cosmetics and toiletries we have. And then a nice big double shower, which is really nice. So yeah, that is our 3 beds plus maid. That is what we get for 155k a year. We are really lucky in the sense that we have locked in our price basically, and they're not allowed to put it up. So they are going for a lot more than that these days. But yeah, I hope that was helpful and gave you an idea of what you can kind of get for your money in the area that we live in.